Hey guys, what's up? I'm Thomas and you guys are watching Active Artist. In today's video, you'll learn how to draw the head of a turkey. So get back here with your pencils and your papers and we'll get started. Okay everyone, the first thing I want to do is create this border type of thing where we're going to place the head of our turkey. And I'm going to be using a ruler for that. This will be done in time lapse, but a tip when using a ruler, align it with the end of the page and it should be straight. Today we are just drawing the head, and so I want to go in and I'm actually going to lay some more guidelines down. And whatnot. So so right about here is where I'm going to place the head. So I want to make sure that's straight. And then the mouth is going to kind of thinking like half. This is where we would start the mouth region. And then right here is where I'm seeing that our eyes are going to go. And then I am going to place one more line in the middle. There we go. Remember, these are just guidelines, so these will all be erased later. That's back where it goes. And now we can start sketching. So we have our head and we have our eyes here. So the top of the head is actually going to start right here. I'm going to do this teardrop shape. Actually, I'm going to move my hand like this. So right now we're just sketching. Alright, so I guess you could say it's like half a teardrop shape. We want to drop down because he has like these, what are they called? The gills things, or I don't know what they're called, the red thing. But basically, I'm not going to put too much detail into it. Going to be going into time lapse here in a minute to finish it off, but it's going to drop roughly right here. I didn't put any guidelines in. Okay guys, so we dropped down right about to here, and this is where I am going to show you some real time. We're going to go in right here, and he has about 4 of these, and they're just these little. One drops down right here, and so then the other comes right here. There's gonna be a whole bunch of detail, flowing through this. Just this region right here is so much detail, and I'll just have to cover a lot of that in time lapse, and then come back and talk about it. So the next thing is we're going to go up where our eye is going to be. Our eye is going to be like right here. But first he has like this thing that comes down. It's going to come down and it is going to drop right here. Right? So I'm going to finish that off. Alright guys, and it's just like that. And now before we put the eye in, I really want to get the face in. So this will come up right here, and then we're gonna drop to about right. So he or she, I don't know the correct assumptions here on what it is, but sort of this actually comes up like this, right? And then the eye starts to get all this detail type of. I am gonna go into time lapse and finish all of the face off, and then I will come back and talk about how I'm going to do this part. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay guys, so the next thing that I am going to be doing is talking about the detail down here. There's a whole bunch of folds and just a whole bunch of craziness down here. So I'm gonna start over here right? And so I'm gonna start by bringing the sides in like folds. I'm gonna try and replicate as much as I see. I'm just coming in like this, right? And then maybe I'll go like so. Really just to look as if it's wrinkly, it's got folds in it. Okay, so the next thing that I wish to cover here, it just happens to be the wrinkles that go right here, and I'm going to cover the huge spots. I'm going to cover the huge spots first. I'm sorry about that. Someone hit me up. I don't know who it is. Wasn't important. So we're gonna come in right here. And we're gonna come down here. I'm gonna do the big shapes first. Just because I think that they'll be easier. And then this. Comes out like this, and then there's like this crevice right here. Just gonna put some tiny little shading to indicate it, right? And then we sort of have this that comes like this, and some more shading within it. The next thing is under it right here. There is this little thing that comes like this. So you guys get the idea. I'll probably hit in time lapse in a minute and then go over to the smaller sections and show you how I plan to cover that. Just want to get a few more details of this and then I'm going into time lapse. So I'll see y'all in a few. Okay, so the next thing I will cover, we're like almost done with this, is going to be the rest of the wrinkles on the throat right here. And what it has is there's like these sections of little bubbly thread things that I want to place in right here, and I'll do this in time lapse, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about the wrinkles that will be going right here on the throat. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting these wrinkles in, and they just come up and doing this like swirly dot thing, right? And that's really, from what I can see, that's all they are, and that's the best way I can see to replicate these, right? But you do get some creative influence like right here, right? I think the key to this is this part of his skin is so wrinkly, and I wish I knew what the name of it was. It comes up like this, and it just goes to the side. That's the best way I can explain it. Sorry if one more detailed description, but I think that this is about done. I'm going to go into time lapse and finish this off, but I want to talk about how I plan to shade the rest of it. I will be bringing things like charcoal and Prismacolor in. Anyways, what we are going to do is I am going to shade these parts, these bubbly parts right here. I'm just going to shade the outside of them, and it will allow them to pop out, right? See how it just pops out. And then I may come in with a tortilla and blend it. When you're smudging, I am actually going to get a tortilla out and show you guys real quick. Okay guys, so when you're smudging, you want to try as much as possible, and this is the hardest thing in the world, to go with the direction of your shade. So if I lay a shade down this way, that's the way I'm going to smudge. I'm not going to smudge this way. It will create stop and start marks and go in one direction. Basically what I'm doing, sometimes you'll see me not placing shade in. I'm just going in right here and shading this. But I'm going to do the rest of this in time lapse, and I will see you guys in a little bit.